Well, the weekend is upon us. It is Saturday, February 13th, day before Valentine's Day. It's a nice holiday. I've got a kind of a long story before I go into the songs that I'm going to do for today and the artist. Back in 1973, in September, James Taylor was asked to go and play at the Crystal Palace Garden Party in London. And the section was touring with him, so we went over, and it was a it was really an interesting event. We flew over with Tony Joe White, who I had done a previous video about. And the lineup that day was a group called Blue and the band Golden Earring, another band called Backdoor, and Tony Joe White. And then Lou Reed played, Beck Bogart and Appice played, then the section played, and then James played, Taylor. It was a weird gig because it's like a band shell, kind of it was like a little Hollywood Bowl in the middle of the park, and it had a lake and kind of a big area of water right in front of the stage, and then the audience was on the other side of that. So you were just, ages away from people while you were playing, so it was really hard to connect. But as the day went on, a lot of people got, I guess, really high and drunk, and they just jumped in the water and swam up to the stage, and they were all out there soaking wet in the water. So, whatever it takes to have a good time at a gig. But it was really weird. It was kind of like a Lou Reed crowd more than anything. And we hung and we heard everybody play, and it was really great. And then when it came time for the section to play, we did our set, and when we were done, it was kind of like the end of Laugh-In, if you remember the TV show, where we kind of heard. The only people I saw really going kind of nuts for the band was Jeff Beck and Tim Bogert and Carmine. They were off on the side watching, and they were totally into it. But the crowd just was not. That was not what they were really looking at and stuff. And then, of course, we had to then come back out with James and do his set after we kind of didn't go over. But the highlight of that was when James finally got to Fire and Rain. Eric Barrett was doing our lighting for us. He was tour managing lighting. In those days, everybody was doing everything. It was truly guerrilla warfare out there on the road. Everybody was involved. And so Eric was doing the lights. And one of my best memories was as soon as James sang, "I've seen fire and I've seen rain," there was a massive lightning bolt and it started raining. And I remember looking out, and Eric stood up at the lighting board and bowed as though he had called it. And it was great. But the crowd, it had been drizzling a bit during the day, so the crowd was like, they just weren't fazed by it. They were all out there in the rain, and all these people were in the water and stuff. But what happened was we finished that gig, and then the next day, the band, James went home, I guess, but myself and Russ and Cooch and Craig Durgee, we stayed on and went into the studio with Donovan to do an album over there called Essence to Essence. And so today I thought I'd play some tracks from that album. So it was in 1973. On most of these tracks, well, the tracks I'm playing right now, it's me and Russ and Cooch and Craig. On one of the songs, Steve Marriott's playing guitar, which it was great. Ray Cooper played percussion and all this stuff, who I've always loved his work, especially with Elton when they were together. It was really great, or when Ray was out with Clapton and stuff. And we had one more. The strings and horns were arranged by Andrew Powell. But there are three tunes here. One of them, I'll see when I pull them up which ones these are. If there's anybody to add to the agenda here. So the Crystal Palace thing was really a trip. It was just one of those gigs. You can look it up if you look up Crystal Palace Garden Party 1973 or James Taylor. there's a whole bunch of info about it and pictures of the place because it's just really a trip. But it was interesting in those early days. We did this Lincoln Festival early on. I think we were there with like Fairport Convention and Tim Hardin, and that was probably around 70, 71. So it's been an adventure, I'll say that. So let me get over here. And I think the first thing I'll play is called Dignity of Man. And this is me, Russ, Cooch, Craig, Andrew Powell, and Ray Cooper on this one. So here we go. This is really going into the Wayback Machine. And Donovan it was really great. I did 2 albums. I was involved in 2 albums with Donovan. And I remember he had his chef doing the food for the album project. And I remember especially Craig was really serious meat and potatoes guy, and Donovan brought in his vegetarian chef. I heard Craig was like really going, I can't eat this stuff here. Donovan was there real early on with that kind of a mentality of vegetarianism. So it was funny in the studio though. But here we go. This is Dignity of Man, Donovan Leach. Come on.
Make a song maker, sing of love.
I always said that.
Sweet love, do not make it a shaker, make it move from above. Sing it strong and gentle, sing it sweet and low. Let the words be simple, so that all may know the dignity of man. Sing of the dignity of man. Sing of the dignity of man. Sing of proud black brother. Sing of pale-faced son. Sing of the joys of a mother. She's the mother of everyone. You got red blood rivers rushing through your veins. You got hearts that quiver, full of love, sweet pain. Sing of the dignity of man. 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 Make a dream weaver, full of hope and praise. Sing of the joyful, sing of the joyful sadness of this human place. Oh, gather all men's wishes, show them to be one. Sing of God's For the humble-hearted one, sing the dignity of man. Sing of 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 the
I think it's something about the dignity of man. It's interesting there were no background vocalists on it. You would have thought, other arrangements, he would have sang that, and then there would have been like a choir singing the return back. But it's funny, he did it all. And Andrew Powell did all the string arranging on that. But it's a trip hearing this. I dug it up, but I haven't really sat through them. So I'm kind of joining you on this, just to hear it. And I'm kind of remembering being back in the studio. I forget what studio we did this at, but I remember the control room was upstairs from us because they were looking down into the studio where we were recording on this. We were there a few days. I forget how long we actually stayed in London, but it was a few days working with him. It was really, really great. This song is Life is a Merry-Go-Round, and actually Jim Gordon is playing tabla on this one. Other than that, it's me and Russ and Cooch and Craig and Andrew Powell. So this is Life is a Merry-Go-Round. I'm just going to whip on along here. Here's more Donovan.
The weight of the world I can be found among chaos and ruin,
Such a unique voice.
scattered all around. On the wild wind wave I'm torn,
Almost Bee Gees like.
cast away and lost. Now I understand what the sad songs say. Make up your mind to be happy. Life is a merry-go-round. If you miss out this time, don't let it fret your mind. Love will come round in the end. Make up your mind to be happy, 'cause life is a merry-go-round. If you miss out, don't let it fret your mind. Love will come round in the end. sad songs they sing. Make up your mind to be happy, 'cause my life is so merry-go-round. If you miss out, don't let it fret your mind. Love will come round in the end. Making up your mind to be happy. You gotta make up your mind. Make up your mind to be happy.
You know, a lot of times you'd get in the studio with the artist and they were so used to playing songs live that they would really just do it the way they felt live. You know, sometimes they went, really long fades because they were used to being on stage. Because also Donovan played guitar, his acoustic guitar and all this stuff too. And it's a kick listening to it. And there's so much, it gets back into the Cat Stevens period, and early Elton and all that. It was a really fascinating period for music and writing and the artists that were being signed. The last one I'm going to do here is a song called A Boy for Every Girl. And this is the one Steve Marriott is playing on. And other than that, it's Andrew and Ray Cooper in the section. So here's the last one of these, and then I'll tell you another story. Hold on just a sec, and off we go.
For every boy there is a girl. For every dream there is a new world. For every live there is a kiss. For every cheek there is a caress. Take off those clothes, they're strangling you. Let out your human song. Take off those clothes, they're suffocating me. My body wants to sing along. My body wants to sing. For every up there is a down. For every smile there is a sad frown. For every lip there is a kiss. For every cheek there is a caress. Shake off those thoughts, they're strangling you. Let out your human song. Shake off those thoughts, they're suffocating me. My body wants to sing along. To thy wisdom, tongue still takes time, made in mine. To lie within your woman's warm, upon your rising, falling form. Rising, falling form. Rising, falling form. Rising, falling form. For every boy there is a girl. For every dream there is a real world.
repetitive house. It's funny, so many projects I've worked on, they do these long fades, and as the fade really gets long and you know it's going to be over, everybody starts kicking in, and some of the best stuff gets replayed at the end of fades, and a lot of times then the engineer will go back and cut it, move all that stuff up towards the front of the fade so that they can do the fade but also have really all the interesting stuff in it. So it was great. I did work on another album called Slow Down World in 1976 with Donovan. And maybe I'll play some of that. It's a different feel on that. But he just had this weird, as soon as he would start singing, you go, that's Donovan. It's like Sunshine Superman and those Season of the Witch and these great, he had some great songs. And so this was fun. So this was our hang in London, and then we all flew home after this project was over and got back to work over here in the States. But it's always fun to dig these up. This just kind of tickled my mind about another project. Maybe I'll do that one tomorrow for my Sunday visit, which I'm sure a lot of people are completely unfamiliar with this artist that I'll do, but you might really want to check him out if I can get this together. One other thing I was going to do. First, it was great that everybody responded so well to Thomas Dolby yesterday. I have the utmost admiration for Thomas as a conceptual artist, musician, everything. And so it was really great. So many people going, oh man, I love Thomas Dolby, and started naming all these different songs and albums and stuff. So that was really cool. I totally dig that. And yesterday I got a treat in the mail, and I want to share it with you. I talked about it on one of the other videos. One of the most fun drummers I ever get to play with is Herman Matthews. The first time I played with Herman, I believe, was on a Richard Marx album. But we've done a number of albums since then, and he's filled in for David Garibaldi in Tower of Power when David couldn't make it. And I think he's in a group called East Bay Soul. I think that's what it's called, with Greg Adams. And he works with Teresa James, who's really one of the most fabulous blues singers around. But one of the great things about Herman is he makes the best peanut brittle I've ever had in my life. And yesterday he's now marketing this. This is Little Herman's Brittle. And I just wanted to tell you, check it. If you're a person that at all likes brittle, this is the proverbial. This is the shit. And it's great. Just sent me a couple of little bags of it, and then I dug into it like instantly. But he would bring it to sessions, and man, I would like just be going, forget lunch. I'm just going to eat brittle for this. So check out Little Herman's Brittle. This will turn into a little QVC moment here on my channel. Other than that, have a great weekend. Like I said before, just to prep people, this coming Tuesday will be the next live stream Clubhouse at 3 p.m. Pacific time. It seems to have settled into that time slot. And it's all predicated on work I'm doing. I'm doing a Japanese project on the day before. So it just turned out, it worked out perfect. That Tuesday was going to be still the open day for me. Have a great weekend. That's it. For all of you out there, happy Valentine's Day tomorrow. Let's all just be kind to each other and supportive of each other, and just show some serious caring about humanity is what it's all about. For all of those who aren't going to have a weekend off or be able to spend time with their family or their loved ones on tomorrow because they're working in hospitals and all different kinds of situations, thank you for the sacrifice you've been making during this entire period. It's a remarkable thing. So today was Donovan Day, and I haven't seen him in years. But I know he's still working, still at it, and that's great. You know, this is the thing, is we never want to stop. You know, it's just been a difficult period because everybody wants to be out working, and we can't, but we will. It's over the horizon line, and but we're sneaking up on it. So take good care, and I will see everybody tomorrow with another little adventure here. So take good care, everybody. Bye bye.